Top 10 Things I Must Know About Climate Change. According to Conservational International, Climate Change Facts and Worldwide Fund, WWF, climate change is one of today's major challenges, changing ecosystems, economies, and communities worldwide. To properly manage this complicated topic, you must first comprehend the key concepts that underpin its causes, consequences, and the need for action. In this video, we'll look at 10 key facts concerning climate change, each with real-world examples to demonstrate their significance and repercussions. 1. Elevated carbon dioxide levels. Carbon dioxide, CO2, concentration in the atmosphere has risen to 421 parts per million, the highest recorded in human history. This increase in CO2 level covers and traps warm temperatures, accelerating global warming. Energy from fossil fuels, including natural gas, oil, and coal, emits CO2 into the atmosphere, which contributes to this concerning trend. Deforestation and land use changes also worsen CO2 emissions, demonstrating human activities' connection with atmospheric CO2 levels. 2. Record-breaking heat. The Earth has seen extraordinary temperatures recently, with 2023 being the hottest year on record. The past decade has also been the warmest in 125,000 years, highlighting the ongoing pattern of rising temperatures. Areas like the Arctic are witnessing rapid ice melt and permafrost thaw, resulting in ecological changes and rising sea levels. These record-breaking temperatures endanger ecosystems and human health, and have long-term implications for global climate stability. 3. Human-driven global warming. Human activities such as using fossil fuels and intensive farming techniques are responsible for the vast bulk of the rise in global temperatures since 1950. For example, burning fossil fuels for transportation, energy generation, and industrial activities emit greenhouse gases such as CO2 and methane into the atmosphere, trapping heat and causing temperatures to rise. Similarly, deforestation and land use changes disrupt the Earth's carbon balance, leading to global warming. 4. Increased extreme weather. The frequency and intensity of extreme weather occurrences are increasing, indicating human-caused climate change. Climate change is having an impact on communities all around the world, from hurricanes and heat waves to floods and wildfires. Another example was that the Atlantic hurricane season has become more active in recent years, with higher water temperatures feeding larger storms. Similarly, heat waves are growing more common and severe, endangering public health and worsening heat-related disorders. 5. Economic implications. Climate change offers considerable economic hazards, ranging from damage to infrastructure and property to disruptions in agricultural production and supply chains. However, investing in natural climate solutions can lead to economic resilience and job growth. For instance, reforestation programs trap carbon and create job possibilities in forestry and conservation. Likewise, renewable energy projects boost employment in the clean energy sector, while lowering greenhouse gas emissions. 6. Vulnerable populations. Climate change disproportionately affects marginalized people, increasing their risk of exposure to extreme weather events and environmental degradation. Low-income neighborhoods and indigenous communities sometimes lack access to the resources and infrastructure required to deal with climate impacts. Vulnerable people in coastal locations face displacement due to sea level rise and storm surges. Empowering these communities with adaptive measures and fair solutions is critical for increasing climate resilience and social justice. 7. Critical coastal ecosystems. Coastal ecosystems such as mangroves, coral reefs, and salt marshes provide vital services, ranging from carbon sequestration to coastal protection. However, climate change and human activities are putting these ecosystems at risk. Rising sea levels and ocean acidification, for example, harming coral reefs while affecting marine biodiversity and fishing. Similarly, deforestation and coastal development harm mangrove forests, reducing their ability to absorb carbon, while protecting coasts from erosion and storm surges. 8. Disparities in risk exposure. Climate change exacerbates existing inequities.
with underprivileged people suffering the brunt of the consequences.
Women and children, for example, suffer disproportionately from food
and water scarcity during droughts and heat waves.
Similarly, migratory communities are in increased danger of displacement due to climate-related calamities and environmental deterioration. To address these gaps, we need inclusive, community-centered initiatives
that prioritize vulnerable groups' needs and voices.
9. Persistent impacts. Although reducing emissions may partially reverse global warming,
some climate-induced impacts are permanent.
Even if emissions are reduced, sea level rise and ocean acidification will continue, affecting coastal communities and marine ecosystems. In addition, changes in precipitation patterns and biodiversity loss will likely continue, altering ecosystems and human societies for millennia. Understanding the long-term effects of climate change
is critical for developing adaptation strategies and making policy decisions. 10.
Global implications. Climate change cuts across borders and disciplines, affecting everything from food security
and public health to geopolitics and national security.
Changes in precipitation patterns and temperature extremes impact agricultural production
and food prices, resulting in food insecurity and social unrest.
Likewise, melting ice caps and rising sea levels threaten coastal infrastructure
and maritime trade routes, influencing geopolitical dynamics and resource rivalry.
Addressing these global concerns necessitates coordinated international initiatives
and a commitment to collective action.
These 10 essential insights on climate change
provide a full knowledge of the issue's complexities and severity.
From growing atmospheric CO2 levels
to disproportionate consequences for vulnerable communities,
each revelation emphasizes the need for fast and strong action
to reduce climate change and build resilience.
We can strive toward a more sustainable
and a resilient future for everybody by tackling the core causes of climate change,
promoting fair solutions and encouraging international cooperation. The time to act is now.